How's everyone? I'm gonna wait a little bit just to see how many people come on. We're going to be doing the Wonder Woman cup. I don't know how far I can get until see if I might have to come back. Oh, I see people. Yay! We're gonna start doing the Wonder Woman. And Frankie, yes, I'm on live. I'm gonna wait for a few people to get on, so I'll just get my stuff ready here and bum, bum, bum. Hey everybody! Hoot hoot! My second live. I didn't pretty myself up for this, so hopefully that's okay, but I did wear my Santa t-shirt. So I just got done feeding the family and I'm excited to do this. I've actually had a few people order my cups ever since I got done with it. And after this video of me going through like how I tape off and do the glitter and stuff, I'm going to do a couple epoxy tutorial just to show how I do my epoxy. I have had no issues with it. The only thing I ever did was let it dry for probably 10 to 12 hours, and I decided to take a cup and pull it off my football, and I got fingerprints on it. So my Wonder Woman cup is going to get re-epoxied tonight because I touched it, I squeezed it too much. So it just had fingerprints, so I just went and sanded it a little bit before. So, hey Alyssa, hey Bev. So excited. I have no idea how I even comment on this because it's showing that you guys are on there, but it's not letting me comment back. Yes, I'm doing Wonder Woman, Casey. Yeah. I'm not sure if admin has accepted this yet, so maybe that's why I can't comment on it, but I can talk to you guys if you comment. So I know that they know I was going live, so I don't know why I can't comment on it. I will check on my computer. Maybe I can here. I can on my computer, but the only thing I've done so far is I'm actually doing, I love doing 20-ounce cups. I have a ton of people that would rather have them. We live in the Pacific Northwest, so it's cold here. It's not real warm. Not a lot of people want to carry 30-ounce cups. So I do a lot of 20-ounce cups. And I like the fact that they're straight. They're just a tad bit bigger on the top than they are the bottom. So usually I just wing it. I just measure and go from there. So, but I sanded this one. I just lightly sanded it. So is what I'm going to do is run a little alcohol over it. Just kind of going through what I'm going to be doing. And I found on my Google the belt for the Wonder Woman. I just took that and measured the circumference around my cup, and I'll go through that on my computer, so I'll probably turn my phone around. And I just put the belt on that way. I did have to add a couple tiny pieces of tape just because the point wasn't pointy enough for me and I wanted it to be a good point. So I've only done one cup. It turned out pretty good. So I figure for my second cup, I'm just going to wing it with you guys. And if I mess up, I mess up. We all learn. My brand of cup actually is the Magnolia, Steel Magnolia. I just got these, and the only reason I kind of go back and forth depending on who's got specials, but a lot of people want now the sliding, let me get one, the sliding lids. Oh, here it is. So it comes in a box, and then it's got this to wrap it in, and then of course I love these. So, and I know that Hog has those too, but I just can't wait. I ordered mine and got them in 4 days, and I ordered 25 of them. And I like to be stocked up. When people say they want to order a cup, I want to be ready. So anyway, I love these brushes. I actually used my other ones a couple nights ago, so I only have one left. So I'm going to end up using probably, depending on what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be, sorry, someone's asking if I'm on live. I'm going to end up just winging it with these and see how they do. But I do prefer doing these foam brushes, and I didn't wash my other ones fast enough, so they hardened. But usually after you use them, you want to run them through soapy hot water so you can reuse them. Sometimes I don't, I just buy new ones. But it's just got that nice flexible edge on the edge that I like to go and get a clean line with. So, whoops, sorry about that. Oh, there we go. Anyway, what brand is your cup? Yeah, Casey. It's the Steel Magnolia. So, and by the time I epoxy the bottom of this, it gets pretty smooth. Let me get my other one. I sanded it a little bit, so you'll see that it looks kind of funky, but it's because my little fingerprints got on there. So all I did was sand it just lightly, and then right before I epoxy it, I rubbed it with alcohol and ended up getting it ready for me to put my epoxy on. But yeah, pretty clean, crisp lines. This is layered vinyl, so I was able to contour to take, to be able to print the black, get the black, and then I contoured and got the gold, and then I just put the gold down first, and then I just laid the black, and thank God it all matched up well. And then I just printed a bunch of little stars, and my font, I'm sure I'll have to write it again. I think it's Indiana Jones. I was trying to find like a comic or kind of look. I did have to do the spacing a little bit in, and then I had to move the D over if you have issues with that. So anyway, oh, hi Rosie. Bethany, I'm doing the Wonder Woman cup. It's my first time doing Mod Podge. This is my first one. So I'm going to show you how I did each part separately. And first I tape, then I do red and blue, and then I do another layer of red and blue, and then I spray seal and then I take the vinyl off the middle, and then you pretty much don't breathe and you run your paintbrush along the edge, and you just kind of run it down with your Mod Podge. So yay, this is actually for my sister-in-law. She'll be here tomorrow, so I have to make sure that I epoxy this tonight, and then I'm gonna definitely, not happy that I gotta give it to her tomorrow, but they live in California and she's driving home, so I'll make sure that not to get fingerprints on it. So hi Armando, I did a live probably a month ago for my first one. I did a Louis Vuitton one and it went crazy. So, and that's on YouTube. So if anybody wants to go back and look at that. Anyway, since I will catch everybody up, I sanded my cup. Kind of gives it something to be able to adhere to. And I think it's good to prep your cup that way. So, thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Lisa. Yes, Deshaun, I definitely will. Deshaun. I'm not sure if I did it right. Soap and water with Mod Podge, but you want to do it instantly because if you wait, you might as well just throw your brush away because it's not going to come out. I tried, and so yeah. What's Wisteria cup? Not sure. Hi, Frankie, you found me. Okay, so I'm gonna start by printing the belt, and I want to show you probably through my computer how I do that. And I will have to move you over this way. I will try to figure out how I can do this here. First time doing it with my computer, so I'm gonna prop you down a little bit. Okay, just a moment. I don't know if we need all that. Let me know if that's okay for you. So since I already have it, is what I did was I went into my Google and just typed in Wonder Woman belt, and is what I came up with is, I have no idea what I have on there right now. Oh, someone's last name. So we're just gonna go into new, and Steel Magnolia Mike, yes, Steel Magnolia. And Brandy, we are doing Wonder Woman. Okay, so replace, I'm gonna go into upload, and I see that I have all these here. I'm not really needing any of those right now. So I'm going to go into my upload and see if I can find my Wonder Woman. Nope, I need to find the belt. Where can I find the belt? There it is. So I have it under my projects. Zoom in a little. How's that? Yeah, it's a skinny cup, Armando, but it's from the Steel Magnolia company. So I've already measured my Wonder Woman belt. So I already have it on my Cricut, and is what I did was I took my cup and I measured circumference, and it's a little, almost about 10 inches. And I know when you measure it and you go around, it's not going to be perfectly straight, and that's okay. You might overlap a little bit on the back, and that's okay with me too. So long as your lines are clean and you place it down real well. So, Bethany, what were you asking? Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I'm probably going to turn you back around because I'm going to end up printing this after I got you all set up. And I just wanted to be able to show you that the measurements for this is probably about 10 inches width. That's exactly what it was when I printed it. So I just left it the way that it was. I'm going to flip you guys back around so I can print this. Okay. So I've got, it doesn't even matter what vinyl you use, because all you're going to be doing is just putting it on your cup. So I'm just gonna lay this down. Usually I measure it out, not a big deal. I'm just gonna get ready to print it here. Is everybody shopped and ready for Christmas already? Mod Podge. So the thing about Mod Podge that I noticed is you have to do it in really thin layers. You can't do it in thick layers. And when I show you how I do it, you got to do it in ways that you put it down and it doesn't have any lines in it, because Mod Podge will pick up your glitter lines. Definitely will pick up your glitter lines. So you got to make sure that it's all kind of smoothed out a little bit. So it's the first time I'm going to be, I'll probably use Mod Podge, this for the first layers, and then the second layers I'll end up using a brush. Or I might just actually save this for the gold, because it is the hardest. Because you got to stay within the lines and not mix your reds with your blues and your golds. Yeah, Deshaun, I really think it's the too much Mod Podge. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna print that, the belt. So I'm just gonna wet my cup with a little alcohol, because I did sand it. And after you sand it, I just sanded it lightly. And you'll see all that ick. And you don't want to get that on your... These actually are my favorite little microfiber. My husband gets them for me. So this will be the fun part, because I am going to... I'm going to put you back on the computer just in case so I can see you guys too. I don't even put contact paper on this. I take it off and I place it. So we'll see how good I can do. And I lost you. Oh, there it is. I'm going to pull you back up here. Okay. Actually, I just dry. I just did such a light sanding on it that it really, Don't mind my little bottle because I haven't changed it yet. I'm so busy doing other things that I haven't even made a label for my alcohol. But I got this at the salon supply house since I have my license, so I can get them everything 50% off. And then of course my little acetone pump here. This is the best. I actually got this off of Amazon and it's awesome because I actually did my first geode cup and it takes a lot of alcohol and acetone. So, and I'm not sure if it's 70 or 91 Frankie. So, okay, so, oh yeah, I was gonna try to pull you guys up on Facebook here. If you could give me a moment. Are there a lot of people at all on the West Coast? Or, thank you, Frankie. For the acetone pump, yeah, I definitely can do that. For sure. There we go. Okay. All right. California, yay. Of course, it's warmer there. I don't know how much warmer. So, the fun part of vinyl without having any contact paper. So, it's what I normally do when I'm by myself is I use my legs a lot. So, if you see me trying to get something done here that way. So, I kind of try to figure out where I'm going to put it. I've only done one cup. So, I noticed I want to probably do it about 3/4 down the way. Ohio, yay. Yeah, I have family coming in tomorrow from California, so this is where that Wonder Woman cup is going. Yeah, actually, I got a nail pump from the nail salon, and it was horrible. It kept getting clogged. Okay, so what you want to do is just kind of eyeball it. You're going to take it off and on and off and on. It's not a big deal, but you want to make sure that once it's on, you got to really press hard to make sure that you've got it flat. So you kind of eyeball it. And you might need to stretch it just a little bit when you're going around because you want to make sure it's not going to be straight all the way around. You're going to have a little bit of an overlap. So as you see, this part, you want to match up the bottom first and see if you can match up the bottom. It's really important, at least part of that match. And I did have to cut just a tiny bit off the top because what it's going to do is it's going to kind of go up a tiny bit and back down a tiny bit. I took my X-Acto knife and just tiny bit took that part off. Holy moly, snow on Christmas Eve, lucky. We only live an hour from snow, so that works. So I see that the front, there's a little bit of portion that didn't want to lay flat, so I am going to take it up a little bit. I want to make sure that the front lays flat because you don't want any bubbles or that's where your Mod Podge is going to get underneath it. And then you're going to have lines where you don't want them, so. So that looks great. So the little bit extra that I have here, I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife lightly. Don't mind my nails. This is what happens when you work with acetone all the time. And I'm going to cut that extra off because I don't need it. And you don't need to press very hard. And remember, if you get a little cut in the cup, it's not going to be a big deal. It's going to be all covered anyways. And I'll tell you what, I'm a licensed lashier. These are the best. They're very pointy. They're not very, yeah, love them. If you want really good tweezers, go to a hobby store. Because hobby stores have such tiny, intricate pieces that you have to work with on the hobby cars. And they're going to have the tiniest tweezers. Hey, Wendy. This is a 20 ounce. 20 ounce. But I'll tell you what. I have to show you. I can't wait to do one on the 30 ounces. There's no dip here. It's straight. This is awesome. So, yeah. 30 ounce, 20 ounce. And a lot of people here, they're not really into carrying these big old cups. Even, I have a friend that lives on the East Coast, and she said that's all she sells is 30 ounces. And I don't have a lot of people that really order them here. So, yeah. I cannot wait though. I'm actually doing a fishing lure cut behind me that's up on my, up there, third one in. I'm doing a fishing lure cup on that one. So I can't wait to see what it's going to look like when it's done. Okay. So I'm just trying to get that edge just a tad bit straighter. And this is the only, out of all of this belt that you're going to have to cut. That's it. Okay, so if you look, I'm going to add a couple pieces of my vinyl because I really want that to be a little bit more pointy. So I'm going to add some tape just to make it so pointy, like that. I want it to be a point. I know, hogs are awesome, but they take forever to get here. Ozarks are good. No, I don't have a she shed. I know you see wood. I'll tell you what, all this wood is, it's a 1946 house, and this is part of the attic. And I've begged my husband to knock this wall out, and that goes into the attic above the garage. And we could make it bigger, but yeah. So I don't get to put holes in my walls because of that. So I have like almost 400 glitters in totes until I get some sort of, yeah, way to be able to put them on something. So anyway, I'm going to cut a few pieces out of the extra black that I had, and I'm going to place them to make that more of a point, because off Google it really didn't, I mean, I could cut it, but I would rather just place some pieces like I did. I tell you, the best thing and the best way that I learned by doing this, I've only been doing cups for about 3 months, was tutorials. I sat and watched and watched and watched tutorials and over, and I saved them on my phone, and that's the only way that I was able to learn, and I've learned a lot. So I figure, you know, the only thing I can do is help others and do videos, do lives. I thought, oh my gosh, I don't want people to see my dirty craft room. But really, we all have dirty craft rooms. That's all I gotta say. Okay. So I know it's probably really hard to see, but I'm gonna place this and just kind of work my way up to a point. Just kind of making my own little point. It's crazy how we all thought that we weren't very artistic, and then all of a sudden you start doing cups And Bailey, you live out of totes, so do I. I've got a tote for shipping. I've got a tote for new glitters. I've got a tote for all my glitters and shakers. And yeah. So my husband built me a ventilation system in here. I'll have to show that to you. So when I do epoxy, I can, because I have a space heater in here, it is always around 75 degrees. And yes, Brandy. Oh yeah, Brandy, you're helping me out with that. That's perfect. Whitney. Yeah. Got it. Oh. Thought I lost it. Okay. Working that point. I'm just making a new point. You know, if people knew what it was that we put into these cups, yeah. Before I got on with you guys, I was doing a wood grain cup, and I did a peekaboo. It was my very first one, and I sit there and I'm thinking, why didn't I do a live? Why didn't I do a live on this? It was fun. It's a lot of work. The wood grain isn't a lot of work. It's taken off all the vinyl. Okay, almost there. The SVG actually is what I did was I typed in Wonder Woman belt SVG, and it came up with a belt and a couple other lines. So I took it and just saved the belt itself. Whitney, the only thing that he calls office in here anymore is the printer. And I asked Santa for a laser printer because I've got a really nice inkjet printer, but I'm trying to decide if we should get rid of it and get a laser printer all in one, or if we should keep the inkjet and then I can get a wireless laser printer. I am so tired of water slides with having to seal them. I want to print and go. So, we'll see. So is what I'm doing, if anybody just caught on, I'm making the belt a little bit more pointy because when I printed it, the SVG kind of had a round tip on it. So I'm just trying to make it just a little bit more pointy so the belt looks like that. Bethany, is your Epson a laser printer or is it a inkjet? When you look at something so many times, you just don't know if it's straight or not. That's okay. Looks good to me. Okay. So, I don't think it really matters with this. You're not going to be needing dishwasher safe, the blue one, because you're just putting it on your cup and you're not allowed to put it in the dishwasher anyway, so doesn't matter. I just use regular old Mod Podge. Inkjet. Well, that's a process. That's the reason why I don't want to use my water slide paper on it, because you have to print it, let it dry a little bit, then you got to seal it 3 times at least, and then you have to let that dry. And when I do a cup and I print things, I just want to do a cup. I just want to do it. I don't want to have to wait. And then after that, if it's clear, then you got to cut around it after you seal it. Then you put it in your water. And a lot of times I have a hard time with getting my water slide away from the backing. And I crack it and it doesn't want to come apart. And I'd rather just print it on my water slide. With my laser printer. So, no, you don't have to seal a laser printer. No, water slide. Don't need that much. That's a party. That's a glitter party. That's a glitter party. I'm addicted to baby wipes. I use them. Costco baby wipes are my best friend. This stuff gets so gooey and icky and crusty. Yeah. Okay. Hold on, let me get it. This is what I use. My water slide paper that I use, I get from Amazon. Haze. I have white and I have clear. Huh. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still learning about it, but I have a girl that I've talked to about it, and she just prints them and doesn't have to steal them, so I'm not sure. You add Mod Podge in your eyebrow. Oh, yes. Oh, boy. Okay, so let me explain my glitter. I want to talk to you about glitter. So everybody's got different types of glitters that they use for different cups and reds and blues and whatever. I like holo. I love holographic, and I think it just makes it shine so much better. So this is what I use, and you're welcome, Bethany. And this is my blue. It's also holographic. It's so pretty. I love holographic. And then I don't have a holo gold, but this is the pure good Wonder Woman gold. I'm thinking this is exactly what Wonder Woman used to wear with her belt. This is the right color. Oops. Hi, Ivy. Yes. Hi, Whitney. I did a live video. I called Whitney through Facebook a couple days ago. I used to have sugar gliders, and I met her by buying stuff from her for my sugar gliders. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna Mod Podge. I'm gonna do the top first, and these are my best friend. I love these. I have a stack this big. They're actually they're sandwich wraps. And this is what I put my glitter on. And I'm able just to take it, pour it, shake it, reuse, or not. I also use them on the bottom of my turners in my foil pans. I've had the same foil pans for the whole 3 months that I've been doing this. And I just put, every time that I need to change them out, I just throw them out, and then I have new ones. So my glitter, hold on here. I have the red and the gold are glitter glams. This is actually most of my glitter. This is, I think I have all of them. And the cool thing about glitter glams is you can print off her stickers. I used to cut them off of every baggie, and finally they put them under the files, and now I can print them and I can put them on my shakers. So you're welcome, Ivy. Okay, so I'm going to Mod Podge the red. So it's easier for me to put a football in here when I'm doing this. I don't like to hold my hand. I actually I have a fused wrist, so I don't get to bend it any more than this. And I can't make a fist, so I do a lot of football stuff. So let me get a football. See? This is my Peekaboo one. Somebody, I hope you can see me. It says low network. Okay. She wanted 3 different football on there, teams. And on the other side, she said for me to put, can't pick a favorite team because I'm Jeff Ball. And he actually is a logger. So I told her I'm going to try my very first Peekaboo wood grain. I just sealed it with Mod Podge, so, and I'm going to epoxy it tonight. So maybe later, that will be one of the cups that I can epoxy. Because I want to show you guys how I do my epoxy. Yahoo, ready to go. What kind of laptop or computer do you use? It's an HP. It's just a basic one. I actually bought it because I used to use my husband's all the time and I needed my own, especially now that I have my maker. I'm backwards? Oh, yeah, cups are going to come through backwards. It's because I have my phone is facing forward, so everything that I show you is going to be backwards. So, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and Mod Podge my top because we're going to do the red. And you kind of want to go light. To me, like, that's too heavy. You don't want to go, oh, cool. Me and my girlfriends actually went to a Christmas bazaar, and I wanted them to know that they're the naughty ones because we got our picture taken with Santa. We always go to the Christmas bazaar every year. So, and I always make all their shirts too. So as you can see, you don't really see any lines there. And you don't want to have lines because if you're putting it on too thick, and I can show you that. See how that's not okay. That's not okay. That's too much. And all those lines, you'll see right through with your glitter. So you want to take and if you got to put it on and then go back over it, that's totally fine. So that's good. Yes, glitterglams.com. But my blue is faded, so it's Fero Glitz, F-E-R-O Glitz, and it's I've Got the Blues. My tumblers, Deborah, I get them from my 20 ounces that I love. I got a few from Save a Cup at Black Friday because they had 30% off. So I bought a couple cases. My last box that I just got, I love the sliding lids, so I went with Steel Magnolia. And I've done Save a Cup. So Save a Cup does not have sliding lids, but I have people that don't care if there's sliding lids or not. So I kind of ask my customers first, would you like a sliding lid or would you like one with a straw? And I have straws that I buy also for backup, for ones that don't come with them. So I'm going back over to make sure that everything is covered, and you got to really look in here because your lines, sometimes you don't get it in there, so you want to make sure that you get your Mod Podge right in there and then go back over it. Because if you don't get it in there, then you're not going to have those clean lines. No, I kind of got away from doing shirts. I do have a heat press behind me. I kind of make those if and when needed. That's like a whole new ball game. I gotta switch everything over to be able to make room for it. I gotta pull the, you know, I don't think it's very profitable, and I get more out of doing cups than I do doing t-shirts. And I actually have a maker and an Air 2. And I put my Air 2 in the box, and my 16-year-old asked me, what am I doing with it? And I said, nothing. And he said, well, can I use it? So now he has it in his room, and he uses my scraps. So, oh wow, that's good, Deshaun. That's really good. Here, let me. It's the Steel Magnolia Company. I'm not sure if we're allowed to post on there, so, but not sure about that. So I don't want to get in trouble. But maybe someone can PM you. Okay, so I've got that pretty much covered. You can see it's pretty glossy. It's pretty good. So I'm going to put that aside. I definitely prefer the maker. I did not like the dial. I always forgot what I needed my setting to be at, and I would forget to mirror. I would forget so much with it. So I definitely like the maker. I like to be able to do everything from my, everything from the computer itself. So I don't know where you guys went, but okay. So I'm going to do the red. And I pretty much just sprinkle and go. And you want to make sure to cover it real good. Oh, sorry. Oh no, I hope you guys can see me. I can go over anything over again if for some odd reason it's, I don't know why it's going in and out. Oh, crud. Maybe because every time I move, it actually is a SVG, and it's a Wonder Woman belt that I found, and I just printed it and placed it around the cup. Lock your focus on something steady. Okay. I have no idea how to lock anything. So, my husband actually made me a holder so I can carry it around, because I have one behind me, but I can't carry it. And I can put 8 cups on here, so I'm going to place this on there while I take my red and place it back. Tom B's Cuptisserie is where I got it, and I got really lucky. I don't know if he's still like taking orders right now because I kind of probably told too many people. It's a 6-cup turner. I love it. I love that it's on its own individual switches. Thank you, Lynn. This is only my second time doing a Wonder Woman cup, so I'm just kind of winging it because I kind of winged it the first time with the other one. So I'm going to let the red dry, and now I'm going to move down to the blue and Mod Podge the bottom, because once this dries a little bit, I usually kind of run my heat gun over it. I'll Mod Podge it again, and then I'll put red over it again. So $2.69 for a 6-cup turner, and it came with a drying rack, and it came with the footballs. It's the best deal around. I haven't seen anything better, for me at least. He's awesome. Just kind of dries. The reason I use a heat gun on it a little bit is because it dries my Mod Podge a little bit quicker. Technically, I could leave it sitting for about 15-20 minutes, but since you guys are on here, I kind of would rather hit it with the heat gun a little bit so I can put the second layer of Mod Podge on it to be able to put the second layer of glitter. I do not paint my cups first with Mod Podge. I could have, but my red and gold come out so pretty. You're going to see that this is a little sanding. I need to do the final coat of epoxy tonight. But it's came through. It's such fine glitter that it showed really well. I didn't need to. I didn't need to spray paint it. Okay, so now we're gonna do, I have 6 on the drying rack up above, and it actually is bolted to it. He sends them separately, and then you just bolt it on top, and the switches are underneath because you can see it right behind me. And it's a 6-cup turner. I love it. I have 3, and then they're kind of like staggered. I don't have epoxy that drops on anything else. I might get a 1-cup turner so I can kind of do something here at my desk if I want to do a tutorial on something and I want to do an epoxy, you know, glitter epoxy for chunky. Tom B Cuptisseries, I think. When I move over to my turner and I epoxy, I want to show you guys how I epoxy my cups. I've got a few that I need to do. I'll show you. He has his branding on it. So now we're doing the blue. So pretty, you guys. I mean, I'm not a fan of doing Mod Podge glitter, but if you can place it on there really good and you've got it smooth, you can't see any Mod Podge lines at all. Like, there's no lines on there. And I don't know if you know the trick. I learned this. That you can take and do the bottom. If you've got a good amount of glitter on the bottom, you can just take it I do a second coat, yes, definitely. So I'm going to place this over here in my little cup turner. I mean, not my cup turner, but my stand, my drying rack that my husband made me. I need to get another one that has maybe like 3, not 8. So the blue is not glitter glands. It's called Fero Glitz. F-E-R-O Glitz. It's really hard to see. It's worn off. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. Maybe. Because, nope, won't work. Anyway, I was gonna write on the tape for you. Fero Glitz. Hard to see because it's, yeah. Where is it that you buy the blue and all your glitter? I buy from all over the place, but my favorite is Glitter Glams. The prices are amazing. I could order it 10 o'clock at night, and 2 hours later, she's already made my USPS sticker and ships out that day. So, what do you do so the tape won't pull dry Mod Podge? So, this is what I did with this one. I did the red, blue, and I'm going to do it again with this one I'm doing. Red again, blue again. Then I took the tape off and it didn't pull anything off. And if it does, just go back and just lightly touch up those areas. Nothing showed, didn't, you know, you're going to have, I didn't really have any areas. The only reason I wanted to clean up my line a little bit is because maybe my gold got a little bit on the red. And I just wanted to go over the red a little bit. But I'm trying to figure out this time if maybe before I pull the tape up, I'm going to spray a sealer. And then that way, those are sealed. And then I'm going to run the heat gun over it a little bit, and it'll dry it. And then I should be okay. I think this time that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I like about lives. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it should. No, my braces aren't off. They come off on Tuesday. Okay, my braces come off Tuesday. I'm so excited. Your brace is off. Oh, this brace. Yeah, it's fused. My wrist is fused. I'll never be able to bend it any more than that. So, but I can work with it. I just don't have any pain. Just to let you guys all know, I have really bad arthritis. And I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer this year. And I got my thyroid out, and I'm no evidence of disease, but while I was off my medication, my cartilage got eaten up really bad by my arthritis. Oh my gosh, that scared me. So they had to fuse my wrist, but I was in a lot of pain. It was horrible. So, okay. So, this is the fun part because I have, you guys weren't here earlier, but these are my favorite, and I usually have a few of these. I only have one, so I'm kind of going to save this for the gold, and I'm going to use 2 different ones because now I'm going to use this one for red, and I'm going to end up using probably this one for blue, and then wash them later. But I did find out that if you use these, if you want to save money, your best bet is to take these and wash them with soap and water. You definitely need to... Oh, Whitney, you're making me blush. Okay, so my red is pretty dry. Right there. So I'm going to Mod Podge it again, and I'm going to run some red over it. And what I'm going to do, since I'm going to have different colors, is... I'm going to put a little bit of that Mod Podge in here. So if my red glitter gets in there, I'm not going to have any mixing with any other colors. Okay. You might have a little bit of the red come off. or move, it's not a big deal. Just as long as you make sure that you don't have any streaks of Mod Podge. You want to make sure that it looks pretty smooth. Your second coat might look a little bit thicker, and that's okay. That's because the glitter is pretty much wanting to eat up all the Mod Podge, or vice versa. I just can't wait for 2019 to get here. I wonder, I've been really busy for Christmas and everybody wants cups for Christmas. Do you ever just wonder how many cups you'll get after Christmas, cup orders? I hope that I stay as busy. I love doing this. It's very therapeutic. And I go through physical therapy for my wrist, and this is good physical therapy for me. So, there we go. So Trigger Finger Wow Pam, you can see that I had surgery there. I had Dupuytren's contracture. So they cut me there, and then they cut me all the way across there. So, water slide. Yes, I do water slide. Thank you, Victoria. Oh, wait. Victoria. Thank you. I hope that I can help everybody. So after I save this live, I'm probably going to post it on, I only have one video on YouTube if you search my name. And it's a Louis Vuitton video. It's the only video I've ever done. So if you ever want to go back and look at it, you can look on through here, through Tumblr. Just type in my name and do a search. That way you can rewatch it, because I have a girl that I rewatch all the time. I let her know that I was stalking her a little bit because I did a geode cup, and I just had to keep watching it. It's the only way to learn, though. You really just got to keep watching and asking questions, and hopefully everybody is helpful. Okay, so there's my red. Gosh, it looks so pretty. Hi, Audrey. You'll have to stay here, and then you'll have to do hashtag replay. So that's the second coat of my red. So just to let you guys know, I live in a 3-story house, and this is way up on the 3rd level. And my husband, since there's times for me and I use Pro Marine, he built me a exhaust fan that goes out the window. So it takes all of my, don't mind my messy craft room. Takes all the exhaust out. I'm not going to turn it on when I'm with you guys, because it's not loud for me, but I don't want it to distract anybody from hearing me, because I am probably going to spray triple thick up here. I usually go outside. Technically, too, on these Wonder Woman cups, you could spray, this is my favorite adhesive spray. I'm gonna share my favorite. This is my favorite. It's my favorite. It's awesome. I think the can's a little bit bigger than Loctite, and it lasts longer, and it sticks better, and you can work with it. But that way, if you want to start from the beginning when the live is over and see anything that you missed, Audrey, sorry, kind of blind. Okay, so I'm done with that. It's just got a little bit left in it, a little bit of red. I'm going to throw it away. And I still have my old one that I started with, and I'm just going to use that for the blue. And I'm going to flip this over. Jenna, what is that? Is that what? Oh, Gorilla, it's Gorilla Spray spray adhesive. So you can actually, technically, I could have sprayed this and done it that way, but I kind of get more out of just doing Mod Podge. A lot of people do not like Mod Podge. So. I'm still, Sherry, looking into that, so I don't know. I've been doing a lot of research because you have to make sure when you do buy a laser printer that you're not buying a monochrome, which is a black and white printer. You need color. So I was like, wow, they're such good prices, and then found out that they were only printing black and white, and that's not going to do me any good. Gotta have color. So, and do your research and look at reviews. But I do want to get a wireless one. I'm so tired of cords everywhere. The one thing I like about my maker is it has a USB charging. I can't remember if my Air did or not, but I like the fact, oh no, maybe it did. Maybe it did. I don't remember. I didn't have the Air too long. I really wanted the maker, so. Oh, Mod Podge, perfect. So, there we go. There's for the blue. Yeah, I do water slide on my inkjet, but it just, for me, I don't like sealing mine 3 times, and it's too much work for me, and you have to wait too long. I think the laser printer, from what I know, you don't have to seal with a laser printer. My gosh, I love holographic. Oh, it's so pretty, people. Okay. Teresa, I only did the dishwasher one when I wasn't doing tumblers and I was doing like bottom of coffee mugs, and I would do it that way. But to be honest with you, the Mod Podge I use is just the basic. I don't think it really matters because the other ones are dishwasher safe, but it really doesn't matter because you're not putting them in the dishwasher. So everything looks great. Okay, good, Cynthia. That is why I want a laser printer. I'm just want to easily print, let it dry a little bit, soak it in water. That's it. Do any of you guys have a cash and carry? It's like a restaurant. It's almost like a Costco, but it's for restaurants. So you can't see the edges. I would show you a water slide one, but I've already sold all those. All the ones I have are vinyl. I mean, I did this one for my sister. I'm not very proud of it. It's my first coffee mug, but I did this one for her. It's my first. I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but J-Loves. That's her little nickname, but yeah. Yeah, those are bag savers from IKEA. But yeah, this is all water slide. And it was a pain in the boo-hoo pain. My paper, is that where you get your paper? Frankie, what do you mean where I get my paper? Oh yes, cash and carry. These are sandwich papers and sandwich wrap papers, and that's what I use. I love them. Love. Okay, so I'm going to try it a little bit different this time. Last time, I didn't spray with triple thick on, whoops, I just hit it. I didn't spray with triple thick. Okay, I just hit it and I just put a little bit more over it. This time I'm going to, and then I'm going to run my heat gun over it just a tad bit, and then I'm going to pull the tape off. I think it'll seal better when I go to put the gold on. And last time I didn't do that, it was fine. It's not really that wet. So, oh, Restaurant Depot. I don't know if we have one of those. Brianna, water slide paper is kind of like tattoo paper when you were younger, when you used to get like Cracker Jack box. Of course, I'm older. I almost gave you my age, but anyway. You soak it in water and it slides off onto, you can either get white or clear, depending on, you know, if you have a white background, you do clear. So like you can do like a watercolor look or pictures or anything like that. So lucky New Orleans. Lucky. Yes, like those temporary tattoos, that's pretty much what it is. It is going to be a Wonder Woman cup. Yay! I hope you can stay and watch. True, age is only a number. Yeah, I have a daughter that actually just turned 32 2 days ago, so, and she looks just like me. Okay. Okay, it's not going to be a shiny. I just sprayed. I'm going to run my heat gun over it a little bit. If you don't have a heat gun, I got mine at Amazon. Julie. It's kind of a long story, but yeah. No, I wasn't that young. And then I have a 9-year-old. Well, my husband and I have a 9-year-old. Last time I did not spray it with triple thick. This time I did. So now I am going to pull the tape up. England, oh my God, what time is it there, Laura? Vinyl, okay. Yeah, I used to do a lot of vinyl stuff, but yeah, I don't know if a blow dryer is warm enough. I'm not sure, but if I were you, I would definitely, Frankie, invest in a heat gun, and maybe when I'm done I can send over a few things. Like I get my little medicine cups from Amazon for like $2.50 for 100 of them, and this is what I mix my epoxy in. And then at the cash and carry I get little plastic ramekins, and then I pour them into there. So I do 30, so it'd be 60 ounces to do 2 or 3 cups. Yep, the spray that I use is triple glaze, triple thick. There's a few different brands. Stay away from Chiron, I think it is. I've seen so many people that have problems with it. So stick with this brand. If anybody else has any good brands. Yeah, Casey, also if you have a, oh my gosh, what is that store that everybody buys a lot of their stuff from, like a hardware store? Harbor Freight. Yeah, I have to go through like the ABCs or something. So now I got to figure out where the beginning, there it is. So this is the fun part, trying to get your tape up once you find it. Harbor Freight, yeah. So I'm pretty much, I found where it is, and I'm just slowly pulling it up. You probably are gonna pull it up in pieces, and I would wear a glove, but I'm telling you right now, it would just stick to my glove and probably cause a big fat hole in it. So if you have to, get your Cricut scissors out and cut a little bit. Come on now. And once you find the edge, then that's good. Yeah, Krylon, that's it. Yep. Hi, Amber. Hi, Amber, I know you've been working all day. Not today. I was working all day yesterday, and I didn't go to bed till 3:30 in the morning. And I have family coming in tomorrow from California, so I get the day off tomorrow. Kind of. So it's not real tough pulling this up. I'm just being extra careful, because if I keep hitting it, then I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to retouch it, which is not a big deal. Yep, see, I should have not sealed it with triple thick. I should have done it the way I did it first. It's not real bad, but... Oh, yeah. So I'm going to have to go back. So I just tried it with triple thick. I'm going to keep it the way that I had it before and not seal it till it's all done, because it pulled up some of my glitter. But you can go back and do your cleanup. This might be a lot easier to do this than have to go back and see that you're going to get your glitter all over. And just go ahead and re-edge it. I'm very anal. And I'm just cleaning up my glitter lines. But yeah, you can see that it pulled up some of my glitter, but you can go back in it, and I'm gonna wait till after I do my gold to do that, because I can put it down like this and I can glitter, and all I do is tap it, and you'll see how I do that. Yeah, Whitney, last night I did it totally different, and I thought, oh, I'm going to do it a little different tonight, but I suggest just doing it with no triple thick until the very end. But actually, it's not that bad. Actually, I think it's it's not that bad, because I'm able to clean up my lines easier. But this is a reason why my lines are so clean, is because I'm taking my X-Acto knife. But I'll tell you what, when you do the gold, you pretty much don't breathe. You're like you're edging, like edging your lawn. But it's not bad. All it did was pull up a little bit right there. But that's fixable. I just got to put a little bit of Mod Podge there and add blue, but I'm not going to do that till after my gold. Printable vinyl, how do I make it stick to the tumbler? It'll stick to your tumbler, but make sure that you put down like an alcohol wipe your cup. It'll stick better. And make sure you use depending on what it is that you're doing, $6.51, which is permanent vinyl. Triple thick seals your glitter, so when I go to epoxy it, my glitter will not run around. So yeah, that's not bad. But it's Sir Party. It definitely doesn't take this long to do a Wonder Woman cup. Obviously, I'm talking a little bit more and just trying to help you guys out. So, any items that are a must-have when starting? Oh my gosh, Melissa, I collected so much before I even started. I just was a hoarder of everything. I went big. I didn't buy a 1-cup turner. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go big or go home. And I bought a 6-cup turner. It's the best thing. Amber, when I'm doing this, I'm going to take and I'm going to edge it real easily. And then you'll see that that I'll be dropping it on. So this is where this comes in handy. And I'm going to pour some more Mod Podge in. This is the part that probably people are like, how do you get it so clean? It's pretty much a steady hand. Yes, Pam is right. Before you lay down your vinyl on any glitter cup, you need to have a smooth surface. You have to epoxy. Usually epoxy twice. So, for example, this is going to be a Hello Kitty cup. And I did my fine glitter first with my adhesive, spray adhesive. Then I put it on my turner. I put epoxy on it. Well, first I sprayed it with triple thick. Then I put my epoxy on, and then I dropped on my thicker, chunky glitter so it would lay down. And I only do a thin layer. Then it wasn't ready for vinyl yet because it wasn't smooth enough. So I did another. So now, tonight later, I'll be putting the vinyl on and then epoxy. And usually with my cups, I've got this whole epoxy down so good that I can do 6 cups, do a final coat of epoxy, and that is it. I usually can just put it on and I don't have any fisheyes, I don't have bubbles, I have no problem with. Once the vinyl's down, I've been pretty lucky. Christy, I will show that later. It's from Tom B's Cuptisseries. How epoxy do you use the first 2 times? How epoxy do you use? How much? Or when I say it wasn't ready for vinyl, meaning that it wasn't smooth enough, Casey, it has to be smooth, because when you lay down your vinyl, like I did with this cup, if you put your vinyl down and it's not smooth, you're going to see every single little imperfection. So when you do that first layer of epoxy and you need to just lightly sand it to get tiny little bumps, you need epoxy again. It needs to be smooth. I use Pro Marine. There is some sort of map out of how much epoxy per cup. I'm not sure. I kind of do usually each night or every other night. I do about 6 cups at a time. So I do about, these are 30 millimeters. So I usually do 2 of these for 4 to 5 cups. And it also depends on what you're doing, because this is a turf cup. This actually is dill, and it takes a ton of epoxy. It sucks it up. So this is one that's got turf on it, and it took probably 3 layers of epoxy before I could lay down my vinyl, and then my final coat of epoxy was perfect. So I got lucky there. But I do a variety of cups. I have so many people that order so many different cups that Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer because there's like Amber, who I talk to a lot. She does a lot of multi-cup, like they're a big order. Thank you, Candace. Turf, yeah. So to make a turf look, I use dill, like seasoning dill. And I just go, just to let you guys know, sorry, I know I'm kind of going off. But dill weed. Connie, I don't let my cups go to the customers until 72 hours after the final coat, because even after 12 hours of a final coat, you still can get fingerprints, and then you got to re-epoxy it. Connie, yeah, 72 hours. Oh, Ashley, yeah, you should get one. They're awesome. I've made a few of them. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to tilt you down, and I might study this for a minute. So, because it's not like I can put it down, and I still have my wrist issue here. So I'm going to do what I can. I might not talk to you for a minute. So as what I do is I kind of slowly go around the edge and work my way down. This is where we need music, but I've seen people say I don't have rights to the music. I don't think you can have music on your videos. I have no idea. But if I had music on, I'd probably have country, so. Because I'm a country girl. Yeah, the material, yep, you can use dill. And I love it. It looks just like a football. It looks just like a football field. It's awesome. I wouldn't mind doing a golf one. That would be kind of fun. I'd have to master what to use for that. It'd be kind of cool. Yahoo country all the way. I made a, oh geez. I made a cup for myself finally. I don't know. But yeah, I made this one. Country music makes you pretty. So it's wood grain, and then I did alcohol ink on top, I think. Or no, I did acrylic paint. That's, yeah, acrylic paint. That's mine. That's my cup. It's not even done. I don't have time. I have a family and dogs and cats and a husband, but he doesn't need a lot. He doesn't need a lot. The kids and him are playing video games right now. Last time I did a live, I was asking him why he didn't come up and say hi, and he's camera shy. Doesn't like to be on camera. When I use dill, do you work the same way as glitter? So you want to do epoxy method. You sand your cup and you put epoxy on it. And when the epoxy cup is turning, you sprinkle it on lightly, and you just keep sprinkling it and sprinkling it. Then you take your glove and you kind of pat it down and you let that dry. Then you put epoxy on it again. I do not really at that time sand it because I don't want to sand the dill. So I will epoxy again and do another coat of, actually no, you only need one coat of dill. You can get it all in the first layer. So now I'm just, putting it on the edge here. It's kind of an awkward, sorry if you can't see real good, but it's kind of an awkward way of trying to show you and get it straight without shaking. But But I think this is why I like to spray the triple thick, because now my blue and my red, it's dry. I'm not going to be able to get my gold. The blue isn't going to come and bleed into my gold. But that's why I like these little paint brushes, because you can kind of put your Mod Podge on and kind of work your way up into it. And then I'm going to go back and clean up my lines a little bit because I don't want all those streaks. Laura, it's kind of weird because I'll have a girl, she'll order 2, and then I'll get done with the 2 and she'll go, oh my gosh, I need you to make 2 more. And it happens with a ton of people that I know. I've actually had a lot of people order from a lot of the groups, and which actually makes me happy. So I think a couple weeks ago I shipped out my first cups to California and to North Carolina. So now I'm just kind of going over and making sure that everything's covered. I don't know if this is such a good craft thing for me because I'm such a perfectionist. So my daughter is a graphic designer. I've never been artsy. I've always told myself, no way, not artsy. You never know until you won't know until you try. So I'm just going back and kind of pushing up just to make sure I have my Mod Podge on there. Sorry if I'm not catching all your stuff. I'm just trying to start by dusting it off and making some money next. Yeah. My turner is from Tom B's Cuptisserie. So I'm going around real quick because Mod Podge can kind of dry a little quick, but I'm going to be doing 2 layers. So I'm going to put on the Tuscany Gold. And is what I like to do is I like to tap my finger. And roll. If I ever get any that are in bags and I have to put them on my cups, I can't sprinkle, I feel like I don't have control. So yeah, I have lash extensions. I actually am a licensed medical aesthetic. And I'm doing this instead. But I've had a really rough year, so I haven't been working. I want to blow on it, but then you know where the glitter's going to go. All over my TV. There's a TV behind you. I watch my Hulu and my Netflix. So I kind of just tap on the edge. And then I roll. And Mod Podge can kind of dry pretty fast. You kind of want to work kind of quicker. And you're going to get some on your red. You're going to get some on your blue. You can go back. But the good thing about it is I already did triple glaze. So now I can just wipe it. And my red and blue are already set. So sealing it is a good deal. The thing is, when you seal it, you want to take your tape off pretty quick because you don't want to have to pull up all your red and your blue. I'm glad everybody's watching. I'm so excited. I hope this inspires you guys to want to make a Wonder Woman cup. There are so many glitter places. Mr. Nola's, Yaya's. I get a ton of mine from Glitter Glams. Tons. Very good customer service. Quick, good colors, good prices. Probably my #1 choice. So I can pretty much touch the red and the blue. They're dry. They're dry. Because I am going to go back and I'm going to fix my little spot here. But there it is. That's just one coat. It's 2 coats of blue, 2 coats of red, and then I'm going to go back and do the yellow. And actually, to be honest with you, I actually now love sealing the blue and the red with triple thick before pulling your tape, because I wouldn't have been able to wipe this at all to get the gold off if I didn't seal it. Laura, then you need to get your behind in gear and start doing cups. If no one's buying them or selling them in England, I think you would make really good money. Thank you, Wanda. I had a hard time looking for a tutorial that really I could understand and know what was going on with Wonder Woman. Not a lot of people have done them. And I was like, you know what? So many people were asking questions. I'm just going to do a tutorial. It's, yeah. Sarah, was it blue? I think I saw that, and I almost want to try one because I've got all the Snowball with him, with his Mr. Nola's, and I thought that would be kind of pretty to do that. Oh, good. Yeah, the triple glaze is good. So now I'm going to go over my gold again. And just remember, anytime you use glitter, anytime, and you're done glittering your cup, always seal it with a clear coat before you epoxy, or you're going to have some shifting of your glitter going into spots you don't want. Lori, I Googled Wonder Woman belt, and I got the SVG for the belt. So that's how I found it. I know that there's some people that drew theirs, maybe. That is one thing I will tell you. I am not good at drawing. You will not see me draw. Unless it's with my kid and we're just drawing stick people or something. I can't draw. So I don't know what people meant by they drew it. Maybe they traced it or something. Laura, if you get a turner that is not like, what is the word I'm looking for? One that doesn't look like a Ferris wheel. You're not going to be able to do any type of epoxy coats. You're going to have that's just what I've read. That's what I've seen. You definitely want to get one that each turner has its own motor, because you don't want to be running 2 cups and all 6 of them running at the same time. Actually, I'm going to show you, Margaret, how I epoxy my cups. And but yeah, I will epoxy last layer, but after this, I'm going to spray it with triple thick, and then I'm gonna epoxy it before I put on the vinyl. And usually that takes 2 coats. Usually you do not get your first layer of epoxy to be so smooth on glitter. It just usually doesn't happen. Unless you're doing a paint only cup, which I have behind me. A lot of people here are Oregon Duck fans, so yeah. This actually is this cup is for a lady that found me on one of the Tumblr sites, and she PM'd me and ordered this cup, so I'm so glad that she did, because I wanted to do a tutorial. And then I have another lady that ordered one too. Sorry, I'd look at your comments, but I just want to finish this so my glitter doesn't dry. My Mod Podge doesn't dry. You kind of gotta not breathe when you're doing it because you want to have clean lines, so. I'll catch up on some of your stuff here in a minute. See, when you tell your kids and your husband you're doing a live, they don't come around. Haha. They're on winter break now. I get to have my kids home for 2.5 weeks. Wait, yeah, 2.5 weeks. Awesome. So yeah, I'm just going around and making sure I don't have any really big, thick areas of Mod Podge. And you're going to have a couple because the glitter will shift a little bit because obviously I didn't let it dry in between. And you're going to have to go back and touch up spots. And that's okay. After I put this glitter on, Melissa, yes, I did. They are not my favorite. Nope. No. Do not like fabric. I did one because we are a huge Star Wars family. And I got some Star Wars fabric. And did one for my son. I don't know what I was going to do with it until he said, I want that. It's like, okay. I feel like I have more control when I can tap than shake. I shake when they're on the turner. I tap when I have it in my hand. It's just more control. Coral, you mean like how durable are they after they're epoxied and you want to use them? They're really good. You just have to be really careful with not dropping them. I mean, at that point, you're going to probably have a little bit of an issue. You don't want to drop your cups. I have little silicone rings on the bottom of my cups that I gift my customers. I think it's a good little gift. So instead of a keychain, I give them little silicone rubber things that go on the bottom of them, so it protects the bottom so they don't chip if dropped, or less chance of it. I love that I put the triple thick on. I'm gonna have to touch up some of that blue because of the fact that I kind of ripped it up a little bit. But you can see a little bit of the gold in there, but you can see that it also flakes off real good. Triple thick. The silicone rings, no, I got them at a couple of the glitter stores or cup stores have sold them. Let me grab them. Hold on, getting silicone rings. I don't remember because I don't have the thing in there, but they fit on 20 ounce and 30 ounce, the bottom of the cups. And I just actually just throw those in with a cup and tell them it's a free gift. I did not get the silicone rings on Amazon. I got them, yeah, from like cup suppliers maybe, or like blank stores that sell blanks. So I'm going to go back and just touch up my blue just a tad. And you don't need much, just real light. Yep, they fit after the glitter and epoxy. I'll show you one. The blue is from ferroglitz.com. So this is where I'm just going to make sure that my blue doesn't get in my gold. So I'm just touching up part that came off when I pulled the tape up. There's like a little spot that maybe I touched, but I could and am anal about that. So I'm gonna just touch tiny bit with Mod Podge, and then I'm gonna cover that up, and that should go away. But I think it's a really good idea before you pull the tape up to do triple thick, and make sure right after you spray that triple thick that you pull the tape up, or you're gonna pull glitter up. So I really, it's hard for me to see that spot, but I'm gonna just kind of go back over it a little in that area, lightly, and put some more red. And that'll dry. There's that. There's a little gold on the blue. So normally, I'm very anal. I really want perfect lines. And sometimes, my first one I didn't have to go back but you know, I'm going a little slower and just doing some tutorial stuff, so there. And I see a tiny little spot right here. Tiny little spot. and I really just want to get it all. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of Mod Podge, and I'm just going to sprinkle what I've got laying down. Oh, there it is. There. Pretty good. Pretty good clean lines. So now I'm going to spray it with triple thick, and I'm going to be able to let that dry, and it doesn't take very long, but then I'm going to epoxy it, so I can show you that. Oh, that's a whole nother ball game, Coral. It's a little, so I got a little glitter in my red, so I'm just gonna vacuum up around it. It's my little glitter vacuum. So I can put this back in. And I got that off on Amazon. Hi, Brandy. Yay. Thank you, Whitney. You got to see mine when I was doing it last night. I was so excited. I wanted to show you, so I had to call you. So I'm going to clean up my little glitter area. And then I am going to mix, well, I'm going to spray my cup, and then I'm going to mix epoxy. So I have a couple cups that I want to put my epoxy on, and I wanted to show you guys how I do it. So literally I'm spraying like this far away. Don't spray this close. You're gonna have runs. Further away the better, because you want an even coat. Normally I wear gloves, but these hands, they're working hands. They're working hands. I shouldn't be wearing my wedding ring. Oh my God, my husband would kill me. But it's mine. Okay, yay. I actually enjoy doing epoxy. Usually when I'm doing my epoxy, I have my my exhaust vent on, but I'm not going to turn it on because it does get a little loud, and I don't want to have the rights to that. Just kidding, just kidding. It's loud. So, 5 bottles. This would be full, but I have a brand new like whole gallon that I need. It's been sitting in here and I want it to be warmed up so I can refill these. But before I start doing my Clorox wipes, Brandy, I use baby wipes. I'll answer some of these first. I do baby wipes, and I do a lot of them. A lot. It's the only way really to get your epoxy off your hands, your anything. And when I do epoxy, I'll be right back. I put an apron on because I did spill yesterday. A little bit. Enough to where I would ruin my clothes. So I advise wear an apron. Wear an apron. the best. Not Clorox wipes, no. I am not organized. Okay, so what I do is I work on a whole night and I stack stuff up. I can't wait. Tuesday I get my braces off. And then the next day I clean it. I'm just too tired. I'm too tired to clean it. So I just know when I move on from glitter to epoxy, I remove my glitter stuff and make sure that that's out of the way. And I use popsicle sticks. I don't reuse. That's just one thing I don't like. I know that I can have A and B and I can save it and I can use A and B tomorrow and A and B again. Long as you don't mix them, you can reuse. I don't. You get 100 of these for a couple bucks. And I kind of like working from clean cups. Because if you have a little bit more in one and a little bit less in the other one, that's where you get your sticky cup that won't cure right. So you want to make sure that you have exact, and that doesn't mean weigh them. It means eyeball to the line when you're doing that. That's how I do it. The sealer is triple thick. There are a couple different kinds. There's 2 times triple thick. Just don't do Krylon. Horrible. Pam, yeah. Last night I was mixing and I hit this and it went whoosh. And it went right there. That would have been my pants. That would have been my pants. And I would have ruined my pants. And I would have been really upset. Because I don't have a lot of pants. I'd rather buy kids' clothes. Yeah. And you can't make pants. I can make t-shirts. I just can't make pants. I use Pro Marine. It's the best. So I think So part A is a thicker one. So when I start using this and I need to pour it, I turn it upside down and I let it run while I'm putting my 30 in. I'm doing a few cups, so two cups, but I'm going to do 30 ounce here. Pam, I've seen the syringes. I think that's an awesome idea too. Really. So my room is at 75 degrees. My husband got me a thermostat thing. One number is supposed to be outside, but the little thermostat is still sitting in my room. So he got me that. And I have a little space heater in my room. So my room is 75 degrees and it's perfect. It's perfect for you to use your epoxy. I leave it running all night. I leave my turner running all night. And as you can see, this comes out, this is the thicker. It comes out really good because it's been sitting in this room for like 4 or 5 hours and it's 75 degrees. So I'm weighing it. I'm sorry, not weighing, measuring it. And I want to make sure that I have it right at the 30 ml. Fife. These are Fife bottles. And I get them off of Amazon also. Yep. And then these cups I get from a Restaurant Depot. Not Restaurant Depot, but kind of cash and carry type place like that. So I buy a huge box of these, huge, and I get them for $5 from Joann's, actually, and you can use a coupon on them. So I don't reuse these either. So Cynthia, I need to look back and see where I got those rubber silicone things, because I'm eventually going to need them too. So okay, so I pour, I scrape, always do your edges. So if I'm going to do a couple, like I'm going to leave this to the side, because if I'm going to be doing an epoxy cover later, then I will use it the same day, but tomorrow I'm not going to reuse this. So then of course the B, it's the thicker, so you want to hold on to your cups, because I'm telling you, things escape out of your hand and then it gets all over. But if you see that on the bottom I have a silicone mat, I have them by my turner, and that way anything that drops on here, it just, oops, sorry. This, I get 3 of these at Costco for like $12. So now I'm just gonna, some people say mix slow. I start slow only because I don't want my thinner to plop out. But I actually just spin real quick, and yeah, I get a lot of bubbles, but guess what? I get them out. The bottles are called Fife, F-I-F-E, and I get them at Amazon. My little measuring ones, I only reuse probably once, long as it's the same evening, but then at the end of the night, they go in the garbage. Because you get a whole thing of these. Oh, I think I have, you get 100 of them for a couple dollars off of Amazon. So I just mix real quick. I go around the edges. Yeah, I actually, oh, the FIFO. Yes, FIFO. You're right. Thank you, Kylene. So I got a 6-pack. I can't remember the price, but the reason I got the 6-pack is because I put my polyacrylic in a couple of them for when I did ornaments. I kind of like the fact that I could just squeeze them in my ornament, because I made Santa Cam ornaments, and it's easier to spray, put it in there and do it that way. So yeah, the only reason I remember what A and B is because I know when I go back, I know that this is the runnier one, and then I can tell this is the thicker one. But the next day, I mean, I wouldn't want to reuse them because, I don't know, maybe something flew in it. Dust, like dust. I'm pretty lucky that I get to keep the store closed and no one comes in here, so I don't need to worry about having a cover over anything. Connie, I'll show you how I get all those out. I put it on the cup like that, and my heat gun gets them out. And I'll show you. This is a paint cup, and look how perfect that is. That is one coat of epoxy after I did the vinyl. There is no bubbles. So it can be done. And that's what my cups look like. So Always get your edges. So we're gonna epoxy this little girl, and then I'm gonna do a wine cup that I have that actually just needs final coat. Yeah, Brandy, that was a spray painted cup because it's for a guy. The bigger medicine cups. I get these at, they're just like plastic ramekins that you would get for to-go cups for a restaurant. Cash and carry, or like a restaurant depot. So I am going to move the camera over to my table, so bear with me. See, even before I did lives, I can't believe that I bought this nifty little stand. Smart enough to do that. I'm gonna take you out of this and quickly show, let me see if I can, I'm not gonna do it that way, I don't even know. Oh, turn around. Yay. Okay. Tom Bees. That would be it. So I've got, what I like about it is these keep the bar in place. It doesn't have any tension from back here, so, but that's my turner. And then I get my pans at the Cash and Carry. And this is where I got all these, literally maybe $10. And these are gonna last me probably a whole year or more. But I just switch them out. And then if I do any glitter epoxy cups, I put a couple layers, and that way I can take the sheet out and put it back into my glitter jar. Ta-da! Okay. So, trying to get y'all situated here so I can show you how. So this is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna do this one. I just wanna make sure before I do this. I don't think my glitter's, I'm gonna wait because my glitter actually on this cup is still drying. I do not want to put, that's still drying. So we'll do this one. I'll show you this one. So as you see, lots of bubbles, but my epoxy is just perfect. I love the consistency of it. I don't like when my turner turns this way, so I gotta turn it on like 3 times. So now it'll turn this way. Because I'm right-handed, and the way that I wanna put my epoxy on this is this way. Oh, thank you. On this one. Yeah. And it's, I'm spraying probably when it's about 45, 50 degrees, but I also bring my spray paint in to room temperature, and my cups are room temperature, and then I go outside and spray paint. So that's the reason why my spray paint can turn out that way. And I'm doing my very first fishing lure cup too. So this one's gonna be fun. I'm excited. But that's just got one coat of epoxy on it right there, so I can put my vinyl on it. My vinyl holders, those are from IKEA. They're bag holders. Thank you, Brandy. Yay, and Susie, everybody. Yeah, my epoxy's smooth, and I hope that I can help you guys with this. Okay. So, this is how I say it's flood pour, because I literally pour it and just wipe. And fling. not really, but I don't do a lot of wine cups. But if it goes over the edge, you're okay with that. It's okay if it goes over the edge, because you'll be able to take your X-Acto knife, and then I just wipe the bottom. And I use a lot of my light source, but I don't really use a lot of it until after I use my heat gun, because there's a lot of bubbles, but I will show you how to get those out. But I see right there that I need some. And I do a lot of looking and visualizing and seeing to see if there's anything there. And, oh, hi Jennifer. Yay. Oh, let me plug this in. It's unplugged somehow. Hold on. Hold on. I'm unplugged somewhere. No, that's not it. Okay, hold on here. I'm unplugged. Where am I unplugged? Oh. Oh. There we go. Okay. Back in business. Okay. This is the magic right here. So I see I need some more there, so I'm going to turn that off. I think that's the one I would, yeah. And then I'm just going to place some more. Yep, using Pro Marine. And I'm using my light source here to be able to see. And then I go into bottom. And you see there's a tiny bit here on the bottom. So, looks pretty good to me. You're going to have a little bit of runoff, and that's okay. It's all going to even itself out. I'm going to try to take this off and get really close, okay? I'm going to turn it around. And you can see no air bubbles, no bubbles. You can see it right there in the vinyl. That's how fast I'm able to get those out. And you just want to move swiftly over that. And it's just glass. You can see it from the bottom. That's just its last coat. So I usually only have to do one coat. Yeah, thicker layers. So, yeah, I do. I get close, I swift it real good, and all my, whoops, okay. Can't turn your phone that way, it said. But it's perfect. Yeah, so this is for the mom and this is for the husband. Yeah, hopefully that helps, you guys. I wish I had another cup to do. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I do. Oh my gosh. I do have another cup. Sweet. It's my Wonder Woman cup. I have to do this one because I had to sand a few spots because I got my fingerprints on them. That was my fault. So, but it's not going to hurt it. So, I'll do this down here. So that way I can show you. Okay, let's do this one. I'm going to do another one. Since I have a little bit more epoxy left. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. It's got a lot of bubbles in it. Tiny micro bubbles. But those come out. I have this cup here, so I pour from up here and just, this is what you call flood pour. Pour, rub. Pour, rub. So if you have to do like 2 coats after your vinyl, you don't have to have it as thick as this one. I'm trying to, and then just rub the bottom real lightly. And then I'm going to look at my light source to see if I've missed anywhere. And yep, there's a ton of bubbles everywhere. Small footballs. And I'll show you something because I found something that works a little bit easier. Hold on. Hold on there. I don't know what I did with it. I'm going to find it. Oh, I found it. Okay. Dollar store. So, you know how you have to put a hole in? There already is a hole. So these are good for 20 ounce and wine or anything else, and you can cut this down. But you already have to pull it out. You only have to pull it out. You don't have to try to put a hole in it. Like all these that I had to get. And then I've got the big ones. Oh gosh. I'm on live.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, honey.
Parker's not playing with it.
Don't tattle. So, these are for the bigger cups. So, let me get... Tattletales. Anyway, what do you use for your skinny 20? Susie, is that what you mean, the footballs? Oh, and the gloves? Nitrile. I get those from Cash and Carry also. Oh, Connie, yeah. You have to seal your glitter. And you got to make sure it's pretty dry. So I'm going to go over this. And I see a spot. So that needs a little bit more, I think. And it's okay if you put it on the edge and let it run over, because you're going to end up cleaning it up with your X-Acto knife anyways. Yeah, right there. So I don't use my finger too often, but sometimes. But since this has gold foil on it, I definitely want to make sure that I get the bubbles out. If you sweep fast enough, you're not gonna burn your cup. And I see a spot right here that I need to add a little bit more. That's where you get your fish eyes. If you don't baby your cup a little bit and keep an eye on it. So yeah, it looks really good. Just want to double check. Still, I don't know, I gotta see. I might see a tiny little spot right here. So I'm gonna put another glove on because I want to add just a little bit more to that area. And all I'm gonna do is use my finger. And I'm gonna sweep it. That's it. So I use my light source down onto my cup and I look at shadowing. I look to see if there's any fish eyes. Because if you look at all different angles, you'll be able to see it shine certain ways and be able to see if you've missed any epoxy anywhere. And if you have a little bit more in another area, I usually know that my turner is level. It's okay because by the time it turns for the 6 to 8 hours, it's going to level itself out. But I usually don't even allow it to have any bumps or bubbles. But I just swiftly move. And that's it. That cup's done. I don't need to touch it anymore. And yeah. Looks pretty good. Kristen, when this video's done, you can do a replay on this. The Candace, the cups the medicine cups. They're called medicine cups that I put. Do you like? My face was pretty close there. Hold on here. I'm trying to put you back on this. Okay. They're medicine cups, and I get them from Amazon. Yeah, Kylene, yeah. Do you switch the way it turns at all? Nope, I leave it running the same way. I never turn it one way or another. It's got to spin the same way so it knows, you know, where it needs to level itself out. I know that I've had to put some on it before, and I've had to stop it for a second, and boy, it quickly will start draining down. So you don't want to stop it while it's turning. Don't stop it. Do what you need to do when it's turning. You don't want to mess with your epoxy. Labels for the bottom, Mary. My sister-in-law is a graphic designer. She worked at Wyden and Kennedy for about 10 years, and now they are down at apple in California. So I told her kind of what I wanted my design to look like. So she designed exactly what I wanted. I have two different labels. I have that one for the bottom of my cups. I'm a really big, my husband and I got married in Hawaii, and I love Hawaii. My daughter's part Hawaiian. I love plumeria flowers. I've got tattoos of plumeria flowers, and I'm huge into teal and Tiffany's. And so Brandy, on taping, I have taped before, but I think I've got my epoxy down so good that I don't need to tape the bottom down anymore. I used to have it to where I didn't really know how to put the epoxy on the bottom to where they weren't rough. So I don't tape off the bottom, but I kind of have started to tape the top off, and I kind of like it. Let me get one and show you. This one's done. It's going out tomorrow. See how nice that looks? I tape. My tops are clean. They have no rough edges. I tape. I glitter. I epoxy. Then when probably about 20-30 minutes after the epoxy's on there, I pull the tape up. And then I take a baby wipe and I put my finger while it's turning and I clean that off. No epoxy on there yet. The second layer is epoxy where I take it up to the top. So it is so smooth. And this is for a girlfriend's daughter. She's a nurse. So yeah, I've been taping the top. I love it. I think it's a classy look, but I don't tape the bottom off. That was my old logo. I don't like it. Oh, yay, lucky, live in Hawaii. I don't know if I'd want to live there. I like to shop and I like to do too many things, and it costs money to ship things to Hawaii, and it's expensive. And Jennifer, this is the best thing that I ever did. So if you see that I've got some, I'm going to show you while you're on the phone right now, since this is going out tomorrow. I just take and I always push away. Never do I. But I take this and I just run my X-Acto knife on the edge. And that literally just pops right off. I advise you use eye protection. Might have hit my face a couple times with some epoxy. But you're not going to scrape your glass. And then I take it. And see how I've got a little paint in there? I take my nifty little, and I'm gonna take that away. Acetone. And I wipe the inside. Because it's part of the base spray paint that I did. And before, since I cure these for 72 hours before they go to my customer, I hand wash them. I make sure that they don't have a cup that's got acetone remnants, which they don't. But, and you can see when you're cleaning it, if you've missed a tiny little spot where your epoxy's still in there. But it's nice and clean. And I don't have any epoxy up there, and it's so smooth, like literally way smooth. I mean, I suggest taping a tiny bit off the top. I've never broke a seal. I think it's because the way that I epoxy my cups, my epoxy goes over, and it just, as you see, I just literally had a ton in there, and I just clip it, and there's no broken seal on it. It's all, if you see the light source on it is what I'm talking about. It's so smooth. Yes, this Amazon. It's the best it's so good. This is so good. Yeah, Kimberly, Amazon. How do I ship them? So that's all new to me, but is what I do is I order boxes. I think they're 8x4x4, and I order from United States Postal Service. They're free. You can get 10 or 25. They ship them right to your door. And I think there's Pirate Ship, maybe it's called. You can weigh your boxes at home. You can print out your label, tape it on your box. You can even have UP or United States Postal Service come to your house and pick your box up. I'm going to use that service next week. I'm not going to the post office. There is no way. So I just do the box, and is what I do is, hold on. Here they are. Bread bags. If you're local and you want to deliver local, I take a bread bag, put my cup in, put, I don't know where it is. Oh. This one isn't a very good example. I've got epoxy on it. I have a tiny little care card, my business card. I pop inside the cup. Then I get pretty little bow, wrap a bow, put the straw on there, and deliver locally this way. That way, if I put it in a box and put a ribbon around it, they want to see their cup. They want to open it up, and you know, it's pretty and everything, but this way, it's like, oh my gosh, look at this cup. It's so pretty. So that's how I do it. These bread bags are at Walmart. In the baggies section, you kind of got to look for them. Oh, Amber. Thank you, Amber. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite cup. I want to make one like that. The vinyl, the silver. Oh, the silver. That's from 651 vinyl. It's just silver 651 metallic. If you're talking about that, Amber. Kimberly, do you remember? It's just a pump, like a pump bottle. Is what I'm going to do when I get done and they post this live. I'm going to go back to Amazon and I'm going to post all the stuff. So, Bethany, you're falling asleep bored. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not boring anybody. Oh my gosh. On the bottom of my cups, Jana, I just literally put epoxy on it and wipe it like this, and then I run the heat gun on it. Yes, priority, Connie. Thank you so much, Jennifer, Chrissy, thank you. I'm thinking I might have to do another one, but I really like the fact that every time that I do a live that I can show you guys how that I do my epoxy, because a lot of people have a problem with their epoxy. Oh, good. Yay, Michelle. I love what I do. I love what I do. And I love the fact that we're able to get on these groups and share so much of what we do. So it's fun. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jana. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Carol. If there's anything else that I can help you guys with, I know I used this earlier, but if anybody likes glitter all over their place and wants to clean it up, it's It's a little vacuum. You just put it on, vacuum up your glitter. It's awesome. And it might throw glitter at you if it's full. Oh, Whitney, yeah. I need to do the geode. That was fun. That geode, oh wait, did you say geode? Oh, wood grain, yeah. I did a geode, and thank God I looked at Amanda Hughes' video. She's awesome. If you guys ever want to do a geode, she's awesome. Oh, the fishing lure cup. Somebody had asked me about that. Fishnet stockings. I just put this on, spray painted, and then took it off, and then I spray painted pearl coat over it, and then I epoxied it, and now it's ready for vinyl tonight, and then I'll epoxy it tomorrow, or tonight actually. So yeah, it's oh, Samantha, I'm still learning water slide. I am not comfortable with that. Yeah, the vacuum, Amazon. Everybody asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I said an Amazon gift card. I do reuse my fishnets a couple times. And since I only need like this much, and I cut the top off and then I rubber band it. So yeah, Amazon. Swiffer dusting pad for picking up glitter and wiping. Dusting pad? Oh, on that you dust with. Yeah, we have those too. What did I do with the stockings? I hope I'm not boring you guys, because if you want to keep asking me questions, I'm here. That's cool. I am totally cool with this. I'll show you real quick, since I have this cut. I just took the bottom, put it over my tumbler like this, and then rubber banded the top, even with this on it, and then tie off the bottom, make it tight, and then spray paint. So, and then let it dry. And as what I did was I did orange and yellow, and you want to make sure, like, where do you want the belly to be? Like, do you want the belly to be orange? You'll have one orange, the rest will be green, and then yellow. But you can have it wherever. This is my first one. So I let it dry, then you peel it. You literally just peel it back. And I thought it'd be pretty to get pearl paint. I went to like 3 different stores, so you're only going to find it at Home Depot. It's a metallic pearl, and I spray painted just over it like this with no fishnet stocking, and now it's ready. So, yay. The colors that I use are all just fluorescent. It's just fluorescent paint. I think there's only like 3 or 4 different colors. They're downstairs in the garage. I would have to leave my room for a while. Metallic pearl. Oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it. It's got a funky top though. It's not like the tops of these. It's like a little, yeah, I don't know the name of it. I'm so sorry, I don't have it with me. It's downstairs. But this is a gift for a man, and I'm so excited. And I'm going to put Bite Me on the bottom instead of my logo. But yeah, that'll be cool. Jennifer, you've been looking for the pearl. It's at Home Depot. It's really hard to find. Pearl spray paint. I went to Fred Meyer's. I went to 2 local hardware stores, and I can't remember where else. Oh, Walmart. But I went to Home Depot and they had it. The neon green has always gone out on me. Huh. This is my first one, so I don't know. I don't know how many sprays I'll be able to get out of it. Can you show us the Cricut maker? Oh, my maker? Yeah, Sure. That's my maker. So. Yeah, no, this is just spray. It's just spray paint and it's fluorescent. It's got fluorescent yellow, green, pink, and green, yellow tops. No, that's a maker, Dina. Dina? I don't, oh, the big cups are like ramekins. That's what they are. I got them at Cash and Carry. So, well, I'm going to let you guys go. This is a long live. I feel bad when they're this long, but just if you're watching this replay, just fast forward through a little here and a little there if you need to. But I was just trying to cover my basis on everything. And, yeah. Once you start doing a live, you just have a lot to talk about if there's a lot of good things to talk about. But yeah, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much. I hope that helped with the Wonder Woman cup. I'm actually gonna probably mix some more epoxy and then put this on the epoxy and probably do 2 coats of epoxy before I vinyl it. So anyway, thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my live, and I will probably do another one, maybe a wood grain, peekaboo wood grain or something. I loved it. I have tons of different alcohol inks that I want to play with. So I've been collecting. I think I just ordered some more too. Oh no, Bethany. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm glad. I'm hoping that I just relaxed you. Hopefully. Well, thank you, everybody. We'll talk soon. Bye.